Let's get more on this story now with Marc Frings. He's the director of the Konrad-Adenauer Foundation in Ramallah. That's a political foundation. Marc, thank you for joining us on our program. You were actually on hand for Abbas's comments. What was the reaction like in the crowd?
Actually, there was no broader reaction within the crowd, not even within the analysts. It was already mentioned, the speech or the comments took place in the frame of the Palestinian National Council, and the fact that it was not widely discussed among Palestinians, I think also say a lot about the relationship between the Palestinian leadership and its own people. There's no trust, and there's no belief in a political change with this leadership. And I think for that, Palestinians simply do not follow up on speeches that the president is giving.
Yet he is the president. And do these comments reflect how Abbas sees the larger peace process?
Say again, sorry, the connection was a bit weak.
How do these comments reflect how Mahmoud Abbas sees the larger peace process?
I mean, for the international relations, I think it's important to stress that Abbas is the key actor because he represents the ideas of two-state solution, non-violence, recognition of Israel, all of this that we want to see become reality in Israel and in the Palestinian territories. But I think what he said on Monday, which of course is completely unacceptable, also portrays the dilemma in which the international community is now captured because he, in a way, wanted maybe to gain legitimacy among his own people, but at the same time it didn't work out. So he, of course, commits himself to the peace process. But I think the whole event, the Palestinian National Council, now fails because everybody is only portraying the sequence without referring to the other initiatives that he was referring to in his speech.
So it didn't find much resonance. I mean, how common are beliefs like the remarks that Abbas made in the Palestinian territories?
I mean, of course, there is a certain sense for conspiracy theory, but I also cannot speak about every corner within the Palestinian territories. But what I can see is last year, the Konrad-Adenauer Foundation in the Palestinian territories conducted a survey in which 2/3 of people that we have asked clearly distinguished between Jews and Israelis. So apparently people have a more sophisticated differentiation when it comes to this very sensitive topic. And maybe President Abbas was wrong here. Maybe he thought that with such a statement, he can gain support, but it obviously failed.
Marc, we should say at the same time, Abbas also reaffirmed his commitment to this two-state solution in that speech and his desire to live together in peace. Given that statement, though, can he still be a reliable partner in the peace process?
Well, the question, of course, is who could replace him? And this is, I think, a very difficult question to answer, given that many people who might be in the position to succeed him in the presidency might speak more the language of the street. And this is currently a narrative that speaks more about popular resistance, maybe even about violent resistance. So I think the dilemma is now on the table. The EU made a very clear statement today also criticizing this heavily, what Abbas was saying on Monday. In times of lack of other partners, I think it is very important to bring him back on track, and make clear that these statements are unacceptable if he wants to stay the partner that he used to be in the past.
All right, Marc Frings from the Konrad-Adenauer Foundation. Thank you very much for your analysis.
Thanks for having me.